What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning, or good afternoon, depending on where you're tuning in from. I hope that you guys are all doing well. Today is July 21st, 2026, and this is our New York live session, our next live session. Um, you guys, it's been a quiet week so far. I have been being patient. We have been waiting and watching for our opportunity. Rather than rushing ourselves and just looking to trade just to trade, we have allowed for the market to show us which direction it's going in. So we've got two trades that we've called so far this morning. We are in our USD CAD buy. It is running, 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 running. And in addition to that, we're also in our GBP USD sell side trade, right? So we're going to go through, we'll do a full sweep here, guys. As always, we're going to start off with our review of Forex Factory, right? Just to go ahead and make sure that there is no surprise news. You can see GBP USD already for the day today is down about 56 points, pips, while USD pairs are all green. When I do a sweep of the news, it's easy for me to see what's happening in the market today, right? We see Euro USD sell side, GBP USD sell side, AUD USD sell side, NZD USD sell side, gold to the sell side, all red, 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 red. But on the other hand, what we do have is we have all of the USD pairs that have USD on the front side of things are all positive. They're all green. And that just speaks to the relationship and the correlations between these currency pairs, right? So that brings us to the beginning. So, Ken, we kind of just look through. I see this stuff going on here. That's the first thing that I take away from this page here. The next thing that I take away is that there is no USD news. That was another reason for me not to be overly actively engaged in the market at the beginning of the week this week. Because if we think about it, a Monday morning, which usually acts as our clearing period, followed by a week where there is no news whatsoever, it is it's a space for confusion, and I'd rather not operate in that place, right? I'd rather have clarity, about the direction of the market. And crazy enough, yesterday all pairs were positive, right? We had the USD pairs were bullish. The pairs that trade against the USD were also bullish. So all in all, I just decided to sit on the sideline, give it a day for the market to resolve itself so that we would fully understand what's taking place, right? So that's the news. There's no news for today. And then again, there is no USD news tomorrow. We have some GBP news tonight. We got some GBP news tonight, so that could be pretty cool. That might be a fantastic opportunity, and hopefully, we are already in our trade even prior to this news release. So we'll be risk free, and it just pushes us deeper in profits. We can only hope so. But last thing that we'll look at is just the news that is not scheduled news. U.S. intelligence. Iran unlikely to ease negotiating stance despite U.S. military action. Standoff seen prolonged, right? U.S. strikes Iran and the Houthis threaten Saudi Arabia shipping as mediators push a 10-day ceasefire. So we can see USD, U.S. Secretary, Treasury Secretary, we froze $130 million in crypto wallet tied to Iran's IRGC. Man, oh man, I got conflicting feelings about that one. I ain't gonna lie to you. When you think about cryptocurrencies and deregulations, the fact that the US government is just able to go and freeze people's assets, it essentially kind of defeats the purpose of crypto in my mind. But this is what we're seeing, guys. All of the uncertainty in the market, any confusion, it's all caused by this continued conflict that we're still waiting for a resolution to in the U in um in Iran, right? But with all that being said, guys, let's keep it rocking. Let's see what we have for the day today. Just as we would anticipate, right? Just as we would anticipate, the US dollar, as we expect, is strengthening, right? We are seeing the US dollar buy strengthen. And I think that this is an easy push towards the highs. That's the first thing that I'm seeing, right? I did actually anticipate early. I said it on our last session. If you guys were with me, I was looking for price to trade back into this $100 level to mitigate that psychological level. But what we did was we actually seem to have used this order block right here, right, as our entry. This was our pivot point, right? We've got a block right here just as well. The price is now, once we swept the lows, here is our lows and here is our lows. And then we have our liquidity sweep, the sweep of the lows that trade into that block, right? Once price returned to structure, um, we're now on the other side of that order block, right? So we've got a little bit of an imbalance here, but price is looking very bullish on the US dollar. And that's typically how the dollar will move during times of war and uncertainty. The dollar ends up becoming a one of the, it is the reserve currency, but it's also a safe haven pair just as well. When people are feeling uncertain, they move their money out of stocks, right? So you move your money out of stocks. And when you move your money out of stocks, you liquidate those stocks into crypto, or excuse me, into dollars, right? Um, Also, during times of war, what you'll often see is the dollar will strengthen because the ammunitions, the weapons are always going to be sold or purchased in US dollars, right? So, all in all, my anticipation right now is that we are going to see this dollar continue to strengthen, and we should look to target the highs in the areas like this, in here. And then, of course, trading to the highs, we should see the dollar continue to strengthen. You can see that we have a bit of a downtrend here, right? Our downtrend is, of course, just going to be um, we're going to be able to find our trend by identifying our lower highs and our lower lows, right? As we identify our lower highs and our lower lows, we see that this is a downtrend that now has a trend line that is actively breaking as we are viewing it right now, right? So, how does that play into our structure and strategy for the day today? Well, similar to the way that we were able to view it on the Forex Factory, where we can see that these pairs are negative, and you can actually see that AUD is like the smallest negative. So we'll look at that. GBP has the biggest negative, and then NZD just as well. What we can see is that from our list, we have the same thing. We see all of these pairs are green, green, green. AUD, strangely enough, is actually trading in the same direction. It's not. It actually just was, I guess it was very highly bullish, and it hasn't actually turned over. So this could actually be one of the opportunities that you look for. When you see your list like this, and you see all of the pairs that typically would trade in the same direction, GBP USD, Euro USD, NZD USD, all red while AUD is still green, that means that either AUD is leading us to the buy side or it's going to need to correct in order to catch up with the remaining currency pairs, right? With that being said, what's my prediction? I believe that we could find some resistance on AUD USD right in this level right here, right? You see how this wick came through and then price trades in, and now we come back to that wick. Oftentimes, what you'll recognize is that these wicks act as a how would I say, these wicks act as an imbalanced candle. If you think about it, price has moved to the buy side and then sold off so quickly that all it left was a wick. If it moved that quickly, that means that this is also an imbalanced candle. So when we see price trade back into that exact same structure and give us our full candle closure, we can feel confident that the market will probably continue to sell from there. I was anticipating more buy side, but I do believe that AUD is likely to follow the broader market and trade into the lows. This could be an easy opportunity for us just as well, right? I don't want to overextend us because we're already into several different trades. So this could be, if you didn't get into one of the earlier trades, if you missed GBP, I might call this trade. This actually falls within my strategy very, very well. So I think for me not to call it would be, I don't know. We might be playing ourselves, guys. Let's see. I've already sent 2 trades today, which is like me sending more trades than that in a single day is not typical of me. However, all we're doing is we're following the plan, guys. So let's go ahead and see how we would frame this. This could also be good for you if you have not already. So why'd you do me wrong? 0.7010. 0.70. I look to the light, and I know that I'll make everything alright. I know that you'll take good care of my child. Cause I look to the light, no thank you for you. Sorry guys. Singing is not one of the talents that God has given me. 7040. They don't know. They don't know. Put on. I'm going to fail. The boss so hard. It's my part, nobody else speak. This little light of mine. I'ma make sure that they go where they can't go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 6880. Let's get it. I'm just trying to forward it. I know that, yo. Yeah, yeah. Let's keep it going. Momentum. Momentum. I want everything this week, guys. We're gonna go hard this week, guys. Everything is set up for us. Let me see. Let's make this clear for the squad. How we gonna show them this? Let's see. 4-hour time frame. We'll go ahead and do something like this. Peaks. All right, that's 3 trades in one day. I am done. There is nothing else coming out from me this today. You know what I'm saying? But we got, essentially a let's see where we are. GBP, USD, this trade, beautiful. Mwah. Beautiful. Where we at right now? We are already 35 pips in profit. Fantastic. USD CAD already running. We are already testing the highs. 22 pips, 20 pips in profit. Let's go. Let's go. Pips in profit. We should see the highs cleared here shortly. All right, guys, let's do a full sweep. Markets open 8:30, 8:30, 8:30. Let's see what's going on. We'll do a full sweep of the market. So we're expecting dollar buys. Look at that open. Trend line break. Ooh, is it going to be one of those days today? Let's see. USD CHF push. So the only reason as to why USD CAD might give us a little bit of difficulty, right? I don't really think that it's going to, but USD CAD is also the pair that is going to be impacted the most by oil, right? So everything that we just reviewed, as we saw all of this news here in Iran, it could cause for the Canadian dollar to strengthen, right? It could cause for the CAD to strengthen. So if the CAD is strengthening, it could give us some sell side pressure on USD CAD naturally. However, if the dollar is also staying strong, then it's a battle between the dollar and the CAD. And in that kind of a situation, I believe that the dollar comes out as the dominant pair, right? So as the market opens, we're going to keep a look on USD CAD. We'll see how it responds to this area right here. We can see price pull back to structure, right? Pull back to structure potentially. And then from that point in time, what we should see is we should see price continue. We really shouldn't have to worry about this trade in my perspective. I don't believe that we should see lower than our entry. So I'm not going to update anything. We're not going to move stop losses to break evens or nothing like that yet. We're going to just keep it rocking. The pair that should be melting should be GBP USD, because GBP USD is going to get all of the dollar strength without the CAD conflict. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to see the Canadian dollar conflict, right? So that's fantastic. AUD, oh wee, I love how this is looking right here. You see, we've got a little bit of a fair value gap right here that has been created. That fair value gap actually comes in right at previous highs. If you see that we have our highs here that were swept, price is now traded back into structure. And what we could anticipate, uh, what we could anticipate is small pullbacks here. Anything deep inside of me, please take it out of me. Please turn. They came and died for me. I can't be displeasing to them one who came in. All right. Ooh, melting. Let's go and look at NASDAQ, because like I told you, ooh wee. This could be the beginning of a sell on NAS. This could be the beginning of a sell on NAS. All right. So NAS is up 400 points on the day, guys. That's not light. That's a big day. That's a big day. You know what I'm saying? The only thing about that is it's up 400 points from a 1,000 pip sell off, right? We have a full 1,000 pip sell off, right? Which is a beautiful thing. Ooh, take profit just hit on that, which is a beautiful thing. Sell, sell, sell. So this move here is a potentially corrective move. You know what I'm saying? This does not mean that price has now pivoted or reversed. It just means that price is pulling back. In order for us to confirm a reversal, I rock with this song. We would need a break above structure, and then we would anticipate price to trade here. But even once we get back here, we would still be looking for price to continue the sells to the downside. I think that we're going to get some sells in the market, guys. GBP USD, take profit coming through. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We're 5 pips from take profit, one already. NAS, this is a, I would wait for price to close, right? I typically give it about 15 minutes after market open at about 8:45 Central, 9:15 to see if the market legitimately closes, that first 15 minutes bearish. This initial reaction is cool. However, if it does something like this, buys, sells, and then closes high like this, then we should expect to see price continue to the buy side. Typically, I like to see them move in the same direction, like my GBP USD and my NASDAQ setups. I like to see them kind of move together, but we got a little bit of confusion going on. Beautiful trade setup here just as well. NZD. Only thing about NZD is that we have got the sell sides in. We've now traded back into our previous structure. Ooh, man, markets are setting up beautifully, yo. Oh my goodness. This is it right here, guys. Y'all see me call another trade. Just kidding. Unless, oh, y'all would see me go ham today. Lord, I ain't even trying to do it like that. Take profit. Come through. We got 1 pip away. Half a pip away. 0.5. Come on. 1 pip. 1 pip. 1 pip. For no reason. Alright. Come on. We need 1 push. Don't play. Did we hit take profit already? Let me see. Did it close on my phone? We need to push through here. We're not taking that little skim. We need some there we go. Decisive. Decisive. Make sure it hit on all brokers. And that's how we do it. Take profit 1 just got hit. Looking at a 50 pip. 50 pips. Let's go. Let me take a screenshot for the squad. It's all for you. Yes. All for you. It's all for you. It's only you that. It's only you that. Glory, glory, glory. Yeah. 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 Love it. Easy money. Easy money. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. You guys light up the chat if you guys are in profits. Let's do it. What am I looking for here? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. GBP, USD, easy money. It's all for you. It's all for you. You. It's all for you. It's a nice one too. Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. Let me get that. Only thing that I'm waiting for is to see this NAS reaction. We need a couple more minutes to see how it closed. It's fighting right at that level. AUD, we could go NZD too. I could go crazy. No, we're not gonna do it. We're gonna be patient, be disciplined. I ain't doing it. But this is confirmation that our bias is playing, right? Again, I anticipated that price was going to trade a bit higher, but we are actually reacting to this lower block here, right? We did not sweep the highs here. But now we're creating lows. These are the lower lows. Should have been me, but it had to be you. So what we're going to wait for here, we might still get an NZD. I'm gonna get a Nas. We might see the Nas. All right, so this is what we gotta wait for now, though, because we gotta be patient. You can't just. We don't want to overload and be in every trade, every pair that are all. Oh, I haven't looked at the JPYs yet at all. Sorry, guys. I think this is what we get. Something like this. Sweep these lows, sweep these lows. Price trades into structure here. Bomb. Pull back. Mitigates this imbalance. Entry. Maybe. Maybe we end up entering over here. You know what I'm saying? Something like this. Maybe. We'll see. AUD straight to profit. Stop playing with me, bro. We're gonna pitch 1,000 a day. We're gonna hit. We're going back to back to back. This one should push straight to take profit one. I should expect take profit one immediately. Nasdaq, give me the bread, bro. Give me the bread, bro. This is our sell side. We ain't taking buys today. Ain't no buys today. Ain't no buys today. Dollar stands strong all day. Trend line broken. USD CAD, stop playing. Let's go. USD CHF, let's run. Let's take a look at the JPYs quickly, you guys, because we ain't going to force nothing today. We don't have to. All the JPYs should be. We hit our targets from last week. Last week, we took buys on AUD JPY. We hit target and price traded into this higher structure, right? We're now seeing some sell side there. CAD JPY is the funny one to me. CAD JPY is the one that I'm not so, because again, it's impacted by oil. So this is the pair that can do the opposite of what some of these other pairs are doing. But I still am anticipating that we get sell side here on CAD JPY, right? I am expecting that we essentially do something like this. You see how we get this initial move from point A to point B? This is our A wave, right? Then we get point B to point C. This would be our C wave, corrective wave, our B wave. And then what we would look for is we would actually look to see, I'm going to go ahead and clone this. And I would anticipate price to trade into structure here, right, on CAD JPY. So I'm looking for sells across the board on the JPYs, just like that, right? Just like that. This one, we call the original buy side, and I did try to get in here just as well, but that was last week. This might be the one. This here, Euro JPY. Keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open. NZD JPY. We need a lower low. We need to close back inside structure. We're not in any of these trades here yet, guys. We had our buy side get hit here, and then we had our buy side get hit here. Did I call? I didn't call the next GBP JPY last week, did I? I might have. No. Called the sells at 94.7. Right here. That stop loss got hit. Y'all. GU. Yeah, guys. This is where it gets boring. You know what I'm saying? We're not looking for no action. I ain't looking for no craziness. I ain't looking for no volatility. You know what I'm saying? I just want smooth and easy money. I want all take profits to get hit today. I want to see take profit hit, take profit hit, take profit hit. That's the type of day that I'm looking for today. I just want take profits getting hit. There's not really too much more to talk about here just as well. What can we go over? Since we're already in our trades, we're not going to force nothing else. What can I give you guys for the day today? Except for the vibes, you know what I'm saying? We got the vibes going already. All right, 45. Now we have our close on Nas, I get that to you. I ain't gonna call it in the group, but I will. We have our close, 15-minute closure on Nasdaq 100, right? We're gonna be looking at short positions here on Nas. Stop loss directly above the high. At the worst case, you can wait for price to. Nah, you don't really want to wait on this one. This should open up, and I think that we're gonna see sell side all day on Nas. This would be my expectation here. These lows, low here that we just bought from, we should see price actually trade all day to the lows. Easy money today, guys. That's why you just got to show up every single day, no days off. When I say show up every single day, it doesn't mean that you got to go and execute on a trade every single day. You literally just have to be present when the opportunities arise. You know, they talk about people getting lucky. You know what I'm saying? Hard work. You know, how do they say? I don't know what the quote is, but they interesting. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, you guys, ain't too much left to be done. We'll stay on here for the next couple of minutes here. There's our pullback. We should see price stop right here. Essentially, what we would be looking for is after this sell side that was confirmed, right? Our 15-minute sell side that gave us our bearish engulfing candle. what we're looking at is we're looking at the highs, which is right here, that bearish engulfing candle brought us within, right? This was the previous high. Then that means that this is our sweep of the high. The fact that we get this bullish push followed by a bearish rejection back into previous structure. This is the areas where we would be looking for price to retest, stall, and then fall from here. If we start to see, again, if we start to see price like trading above here, this retest here, close above, and then just start to move, that would invalidate our trade. But look how quickly it would invalidate our trade. At the very most, it would be 87 points, which is sizable, right? Not compared to the, you know, 500 points that we are looking to capture on this move. You know what I'm saying? And even if we started to see, because now we have 9 minutes until the 1 hour candle closes, right? In 9 minutes, the 1 hour candle is going to close. So, yes, we got our 15-minute confirmation. We are still waiting on our 30-minute confirmation just as well. 30 minutes seems to be bearish engulfing, right? It seems to be bearish engulfing, but it hasn't closed yet. So we're in at the earliest sign, right? Remember, we looked for the wick, we looked for the rejection here, 15-minute close after market open. And then now we're looking to see price actually give us our closures and our continuations here. This is looking fantastic to me. If we close anywhere in this range here, between where we are right now and here, especially if we were to close below, I would fully anticipate that price trades lower, probably for the rest of the session, at least until, maybe lunchtime, right? And we'll have all of that information in the next about 8 minutes here. So this is the time to where it gets boring. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing else for us to do. We've done everything that is required of us. Now we just have to wait. GBP USD, we see that reaction. We hit take profit one. Immediately off of take profit one, we see price shoot back to the highs, not to the highs, but we do see a little bit of a pullback. Just as I said, we were waiting for structure to be tested here, right? This is a high probability buy side. I won't say it like that. I'll say that this is an area to where we find our first level of true support, from that sell side, right? So with all that being said, and us finding that level of support, we want to see, is it support enough to actually shift the direction of the market, or do we actually end up just pulling back into these structures here? The highs that were broken, or maybe even lower than that. Maybe we pull to this point right here. And then from that point in time, we see that we now have enough force to trade to our lower levels, right? We start to see something like this. Bum. We might need a little bit more of a push, a little bit more oomph in there, you know what I'm saying, before we actually get enough force to break the lows. We can also see that there's like imbalances that were formed from the original sell side. So this pullback, although it is like, it seems a little bit aggressive, that's about a 20 pip pullback, straight away. Even though we see that, we have to ask ourselves, where is the market coming from and where is the market going to? Because if the only place that we're going to is to the mitigation point here, and we're looking to sweep these little highs that were created, mitigate this imbalance, then that means that we could fully anticipate that price just retests and then remains bearish, right? You can also see, strangely enough, that as GBP USD is buying, USD CAD is also solidifying itself and it is buying just as well, right? That doesn't really happen. These pairs are not intended to trade in alignment with one another. They're not typically going to trade in the same direction. One will go up while the other goes down. So if USD is buying, we should fully anticipate that the pairs that trade against the USD should be selling, unless it's a pullback, which is what I think it is. AUD still in profits. You see, this is not really doing too much. We do have that small fair value gap at the highs. I still do believe that price could pull back like this. But if you think about it, why is it that GBP is moving so aggressively while USD is moving in the same direction and AUD is not really moving at all? It's because AUD is already green. We might see these things switch places just a little bit. It's very possible that we see GBP USD go to negative 0.25, still negative, but a pullback, while AUD now goes to negative 0.02. Guess what happens if that happens? We win all of our trades. USD CAD still buying just as well. Very, very curious market, guys. That's why I was telling you guys that, like, man, this market is a little bit confusing if you don't know what you're looking for. But you know what we're looking for? We're looking for NASDAQ sells at the close. We're looking for that bearish engulfing candle at the close, right? We're creating a little bit of an imbalance here, but we are doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing. So that means the only thing that is not in alignment right now is going to be our GBP USD. And that's in part because we already hit our targets, guys. We got to give some people else another chance to get some money. We can't take all the money. We can't have all the money. We got to give somebody else something. You can see on this 2-hour time frame, there is no imbalance. There is no 2-hour imbalance. So on the 4-hour time frame, there is no imbalance. On the 4-hour time, we're going to watch this 4-hour candle closure, because the greatest thing we could see right now on this 4-hour candle closure would be a bearish engulfing candle, even if it's a small one. We have 3 minutes to see if the market is going to do that. But if it closes below here, guys, we got 2 minutes for that. And it's looking like it wants to put up a fight, right? But if we see price push and close below here in the next couple of minutes, we can be confident that markets will continue to sell. What markets may be doing now is, like I said, there is that little gap, right? That little imbalance here on the 2-hour. We could very well close, as long as we close below that 2-hour, right? Close hopefully a little bit lower. Ooh, come on now. Stop playing with me. Let me see what we got going on over here. Let me see what we got going on over here. We're gonna watch this for the next 2 minutes. Let me just see what's happening. This is my biggest focus right now, guys. This will be my payday for the day. I need to see it. Me. I know there's nothing you can't do. Don't like that. Don't like that much. We got what, 60 seconds, 45. I need to close lower. I need lower than this blue line. That's all I need. Black line preferable. The black line would be my preference. But these closes up here, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. 30-minute, we still have a gap over here just as well. So, I don't like this pull right here, guys. It doesn't change anything. It really doesn't change anything. 15 still looks good. 30 still looks good. If we look at the 15, we'll probably start to see some moving averages get tested here just as well. We're really just cleaning up everything up here, making sure that there's no imbalances in this market. There's nothing that needs to come back and be tested. That's kind of a dangerous thing for buyers when there's no reason for markets to trade back, right? If we continue to get closes below structure, don't like this, guys. I don't like that. Don't like that at all. Mm-mm. 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 I don't want to be hasty. I don't want to be hasty, but I don't like that. But uh, this is where you start to try to force things to make your bias make sense. You see all these wicks right here? You don't do that, guys. I was just kidding. That's not what you do. Don't force things to me. Let me correct myself because people will think your joke is a real situation. And that's really what you're saying. That's not what I'm saying. I was just playing. No, we listen to what the market tells us. But you see all these wicks in here. Wicks, 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 wicks. Sweep of the highs, right? We could get wicks in here just as well. I don't really like I don't really like this at all though, if I'm being honest. It's not my favorite thing. Not my favorite thing. Hmm. This is what we might be looking for though. How do we make it make sense? AUD in profits. We have broken the lows but barely, right? Tested into this order block here. This is where it seems we're getting our reaction from, right? We have a imbalanced candle here. So very well, our stop losses can be tightened in my perspective to trade above the highs. This now gives us a 16 pip stop loss. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. I'll look to send the update in just a moment. All we want to see is we want to see price maintain below here. Yeah. This would make sense to me. This makes more sense to me. For taking my eyes off you, I repent. My, I repent. Let's go. Lift me up as I'm in you. All right. But that's it, guys. Ooh, ooh. You see, I throw some movement averages on there. I don't really use too many indicators, but I like my movement averages every so often. You know what I'm saying? Give me some different perspective. Nas 100 for the win. This is beautiful now. And it did exactly that. Traded into the wicks. Created the wicks here. Price trades back into structure. This is our final test. You see where this wick is? Where this wick is? Full body candle closure below that level. That gives us our final point of support. You can high key put stop losses to break even if you took the NAS trade, or even better, just tighten them and put them above this wick. So you're now looking at a 40 point stop loss on NASDAQ. In the 15-minute time frame on the next couple of minutes here, what we would be looking for is we would be looking to see price push through and close lower. That's what we need to see on this 15. But you guys, with that being said, we're not gonna force it. We're already in our. Ooh, I'm not gonna get excited. You know, I just love when the market does what I say so. Right as we're saying it, right? This is our next point and our final point right here. Closure here. retrace here. And the rest is history, guys. With that being said, this was our New York Open. I hope you guys got some value. I hope you guys enjoyed the session. Hope you guys enjoyed my singing. And I'll see you guys on the next session. Take care until then. Peace.